We're starting off today's show with details of a special event, especially if you are into birding.
Specifically owls. They live all around us, but we don't see them that often because they're pretty much nocturnal. Well, in an upcoming event, a local naturalist will be able to teach us how to identify owls by the sounds they make.
A very cool event. So joining us here via Zoom today from the Jackson County Conservation Group is Tony Vorwald. Tony, thank you for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
So this event is called Owl Prowl, which is very cool there. Now we're going to learn more about that in just a couple of minutes, but first, why would you say that owls specifically are so important?
Well, owls are important, like any animal. They belong to our ecosystem, and here in the Midwest, owls are, kind of a top predator in their environment, right? They're out there hunting mice and voles and different small creatures like that, and they're keeping other animals' populations sort of in check. In any ecosystem, a top predator is a vital part of that, the health of that ecosystem.
So, Tony, how many types of owls are there in this part of the Midwest?
So the Midwest, I'm going to speak a little bit for Iowa, but we're pretty close to each other. About 9 are considered native. There are some occasional rare visitors, but not all of those 9 species are very common. There are some that are more common than others and some that are quite rare.
What would you say are the most common ones that we see?
Right. The ones that people see most commonly, the ones I see most commonly are barred owl. They're probably our most common in this area, and the great horned owl, as well as some smaller species like the eastern screech owl, and then the northern saw-whet owl is a little bit more common, sort of, but I don't see those too often, and people don't see them that often.
Huh, very interesting. I'm learning so much here. Now, tell us about this event, to the Owl Prowl, which is coming up here. When and where is this happening, and how can somebody get signed up if they're interested?
Right. So my Owl Prowl is this coming Friday. It starts at 6 p.m. at the Prairie Creek Recreation Area, right outside of Maquoketa, 1215 East Summit Street, and we're going to meet at the pavilion there. And an owl prowl is a way to just get people outdoors and engaged and interested in our local owls and wildlife. What we pretty much do for the owl prowl is owls like the barred owl and the great horned owl. It's mating season, it's nesting season, so they're making a lot of vocalizations. So we're going to come together, we're going to talk about our native owl species, what they look like, what they sound like, and then we're going to go out in the night into the woods and try to be really, really quiet, and I'll do some owl vocalizations, and if we're lucky, we might trick one of those owls into thinking we're another owl, and they might call back or talk to us, so to speak.
Well, that is so awesome. Yeah, it is. All right, well, thank you, Tony, for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Now again, the Owl Prowl, that's coming up this Friday. Now to sign up, you can call Tony at 563-652-3783, or you can email him at tony@jacksoncb.com. And we will, of course, have this information over on our website, too, at ourquadcities.com.